welcome back. Today's video is a little bit different. If you guys already know me, you guys know that I recently got divorced, sold the house, moved out, and now I'm living in an apartment with my kids. And this is the new place. In my divorce video, I talked about how I'm going to be incorporating other things into my videos and take you along with me on my new life's journey. But we moved and then I got burned out. And I spent a lot of time watching Netflix, like hours and hours on Netflix. So maybe I'll do a get ready with me and talk about all the shows I've watched and maybe give you guys some recommendations because I watched quite a bit. But I have learned to be kinder to myself, and I knew that I needed this break after going through the entire divorce process, which was very exhausting. So I allowed myself to binge watch and relax. But that also meant that I was not able to take care of the house and all the stuff that got moved here. So it's been a mess. And even though I've learned to be nicer to myself and I don't blame myself when things get messy, I understand that it's gonna be normal when you're going through a lot, that you're not gonna be able to maintain the house. I am still hesitant to show you guys the mess. So I've been waiting to set up everything, clean everything, put everything away before I give you a tour of the new place. Literally, I have been trying to decorate for fall since September and I'm not done. And I feel like I'm gonna be done decorating for fall when it's time to decorate for the holidays. But I have filmed myself decorating a little bit. You guys can see the little fall decor in the background here. So I will do a decorate with me video very soon before it's December, and then it's time to decorate for the holidays. Before I start bringing you into my new home, I wanted to kind of memorialize the old house that we left behind, and it's no longer our house. It's really weird when you've lived in a place for so long to know that someone else is living there. It's so hard for your brain to just come to terms with that. We lived there for 7 years and that was our first home that we bought. Now, not to make this video too dark, it was a difficult time in that house, and I remember, distinctly remember me walking home after work and looking at the house, and the thought that came into my mind was wow, this is a beautiful house, but it doesn't feel like a home. And unfortunately, there were very few moments in that house that made it feel like a home, but those few moments are really memorable. For example, my older daughter, all of her Christmas times were there. So I remember her excitement on Christmas Eve. Oh my God, this Santa Claus is coming tonight. And she would be so jittery. And then she would be so excited Christmas morning to get all the presents. And then I would eat the carrot and make it seem like the reindeer ate the carrot. And it was just so much fun. That's the house where my younger daughter pretty much spent her whole life. Now, she is autistic, so her verbal communication is not super great. So it's hard for me to ask her how she's feeling. So I don't even know, does she miss the old house? Does she not care about it? It seems to me that she doesn't care too much. She's actually able to adjust to new things fairly well, or at least new places in the moment. She seems to be doing okay, and I hope it stays that way, because now there's a little bit of back and forth between this house and their dad's house, and the older one can express to me how it's not fun to be doing that. But the younger one, it's hard for her to express, but we'll see. We do have the ability to adjust to new things as human beings. That's what's been so important for our survival. And I knew leaving our home that even though I was missing it in the beginning, that there will come a time where I will stop missing it. So I did miss it for the first month or so, and then now I'm at a point where I don't miss it. I remember it and I feel a sense of loss, but I don't crave to be in that house anymore. And I'm starting to enjoy my new place, and it's starting to feel like this is my home now. The clips that I'm going to be showing you of the old house, like I staged that place and I worked really hard to stage it when we were selling it. So it is gonna look pretty pristine. I assure you that is not how my house looks all the time. And now I am working to make this house beautiful, but it's not for staging, it's not for sale, it's just to make it beautiful for me and the girls. I think, luckily, I would say once the divorce process started and me and my ex, we kind of sectioned the house into two portions. So I had the upstairs and he took the downstairs. At that point, I was able to have some really good memories with the girls, and it did start to feel like a home. So I'm happy that at least at the tail end of us living at that home, there were some good memories and good association with that house. All of these changes is a lot, but I think we are handling it okay. And part of that, I think, requires just being nicer to yourself and just listening to yourself. There's no rush. I'm not rushing myself to get this house in order. If I need a break, I take that break. I loved that house. It was like the most unique house in the entire town. Just big windows that brought a lot of sunlight in. The previous owner had done a lot of changes to the house, which made it really unique. So without further ado, let's get started and let me give you a little house tour.
So starting off with the living room. This is a split level home, so the living room was actually a half floor up, which made it great because I was able to keep the curtains open, allow a lot of beautiful natural light in. And right next to the living room was the dining area, which was connected to the deck. So this area also got a lot of light. It was full of built-ins that just gave a lot of character to this home. You know, looking back at the footage of the home does make me miss it a little bit more than I realized. You know, you do get attached to the surroundings and the places where you have spent so much time. There was a small kitchen right next to the dining area, which I did not get to film. But I do have some footage here of the master bedroom, which was the most unique feature of this home. I don't think I have ever seen a master bedroom that was this large and with windows that was just so big and brought in so much light. It literally felt like living in a hotel room with all the green trees behind those windows. Now this was one of the kids' rooms, which I also worked really hard on staging. A beautiful black and white bunk bed with stickers or decals on the walls. This was also one of my favorite rooms in the house. And as you guys can see, she is obsessed with Peppa Pig. So pretty much most of her toys are Peppa Pig toys. For the rest of the house, I only have photos. So besides the master bedroom, this room for my youngest daughter, there was also another bedroom for my older daughter. There was also a beautiful white kitchen in the house and a beautiful, bright, large family room.
That's it. So the goodbyes are done. On the last day when we left, me and my oldest daughter, we went around the house and we said goodbye to every single room, and we thanked God that thank you for allowing us to live here and be part of this house, and we said goodbye. I think despite all the dark times, all the hard times in that house, it still holds a special place in my heart. It is hard for me to talk about like the hard times because I feel like when I'm with people, I always like smile and I want to make them happy. So I generally don't talk about the hard things. So I also get really nervous when I'm doing a video for you guys and talking about this stuff because it's not normal for me to do that. Usually I just stay positive and I don't talk about the hard stuff, but I am trying to be more real with myself. So I am starting to talk about the hard parts of life and how things have been hard. And I have been burned out and I am feeling better now. But I do notice a tendency with me to kind of like shove things out of my mind. And every time like I miss something or I feel bad about something, I just instantly shut my brain down and not think about it. I don't know how healthy that is. Probably not. But I do have to admit, the house was a part of our lives. Whether there were tough times there, it does hold a special place in our memory and our hearts, and I shouldn't push that out of me. As much as I appreciate my new place, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love it and I feel so lucky to have it because in this market it was difficult to find a home to even buy or to rent. It was hard to find a good place. So I feel very lucky to be here where I am. But at the same time, I think I owe it to myself to not just shove the old out of my memory and really truly appreciate that I got a chance to live in that beautiful house. The beautiful house with the amazing built-ins, the beautiful house with the big windows and the bright light and the huge backyard. And the house was really big. So it counts. Like, as much as we don't want to be like materialistic, physical things do matter, such as the homes that you live in. And yes, it's mostly about the people that you live with, but the actual physical structure also holds special memories in your mind and your heart. And we can't devalue that. So I am grateful to have lived in that house. It was not meant to be a forever home, but it was meant to be whatever it was meant to be. It was exactly what it was meant to be. We got to enjoy it for 7 years in whichever ways, whichever moments here and there that we had to enjoy it, and then it was time to let it go. And now we are here. And so I do want to take you along with me. I am going to be decorating with you guys for fall. And as I set up the house, I will give you like mini tours. So I am working on the beauty room. So hopefully, I would say by next year, I will have that set up and I will give you guys a tour of my new beauty space. I already have a tour of the old beauty space, which I will leave a link in the description if you guys are interested in checking that out. And I did change up my look for this video. I went a little bit darker for fall, and I'm not sure, I might go even dark for winter and just go black completely. And then in springtime, I think I'm gonna go bright red. So if you guys have highlights, I think this glaze product is so good to change up your look. And since I only have like highlights, I'm able to go from like the lighter blondish kind of hair that I had to something a little bit darker, redder. Not sure if this will work on the whole head of hair, but I think this works great for highlights. And I will leave my makeup down below. I used the Pretty Grunge Huda palette on my eyes. I've been really enjoying it. I haven't done a dedicated like looks video for this. I probably won't. I did do a shorts video with this, And it's a different color story. I like it, I'm enjoying it, the formula's good, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. So stay tuned for lots of different videos. I have makeup, beauty stuff, but I'm also bringing you in to my life and my home. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. Thank you. Bye.